Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa, 914 Westchester County, New York. We are in the motherfucking house. We are in the motherfucking house. I just got back from the office. Just got back from the office early this morning. Sometimes we run into these problems, these issues. You go to the employment hall of the company. You get dispatched out. And some mornings they have plenty, and other mornings they might have very few job opportunities. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. I'm not concerned about that. But if you can see the title of this video, it's a Swahili phrase and basically means you are awesome. Wewe ni Mzuri. Wewe ni Mzuri. That means you are awesome in Swahili. And shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I just got back to the house. And basically I'm just gonna do what I need to do for myself today. I'll make a few phone calls and I'll be just fine. Every now and then I get a little setback. See, I didn't have no setbacks 5 or 6 months ago. There was no setbacks when I was with the other company. And I might just have to reconsider and go right back to them. Go right back to them. But yeah, there's little things here and there pointing for different reasons for me to go back to New York. Number one, I'm going back for a 3-day visit. After the 3-day visit, then I will make my decision whether I move back to New York or not. And it's time. It's time for me to go back home. I've been here in South Carolina way too long. Way too fucking long this time. I think I've been here, over 10 years now? The last time I moved to New York was years ago. I moved to New York in 2005. I didn't leave until 2014. So it might be time for me to go back home. A shout out to the chat. The year that's and the world will always try to beat you up. The world will always try to beat you up and destroy you and play you to the left like you're a fucking duck. It is what it is. A shout out to the chat. But yeah, I'm home. I'm chilling. I'm gonna make me some phone calls. And I'm just gonna relax. I'm going to relax today. I'm not gonna get myself all mad up because something didn't go my way this morning. That's how life is. Everything don't go your way. Me being 50 years old, I should already understand that. But, sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget. It is what it is. A shout out to the chat. But yeah, I got up early this morning, walked to the office, because I worked yesterday. We did an 8-hour shift. The man gave us 10 hours on the ticket. That's why I can't understand what happened this morning. But this is a different office. It's the same company, but a different office. And the one I was working for yesterday is the original office I started out through. The other office was just a backup. But I might have to go back to the other company I worked for. 5-6 months, no problem, no issues. None whatsoever. We was working the Walmart ticket. I ran into a lot of my coworkers that was on the ticket I was on yesterday. The other people from the other company. A shout out to them. We did that job and we did it well. And I told the dudes, I said, slow down, because you're gonna work yourself out of a job. Sure enough, I was right. I was right in saying what I said. I was right. People don't want to listen. That's why sometimes I like to go on tickets by myself. Usually that's the way it go. I like to go on tickets by myself. That way I can pace myself like the way I want to. Now the person say they want the job done in 2 hours. I get it done in 2 hours. They still give me 8 hours. Sometimes they'll give me 10. It depends on the employer. It depends on the contract. It depends on what they want. And in most cases, if they buy lunch for you, they want you to stay to 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock. That's the way it goes. Shout out to the chat. But it is tax season. It is tax season once again. And last year I went to some place to get my taxes now, but this year I'm gonna do my own taxes. Usually when I do my own taxes, I get more money out of the deal. I don't have to pay the middleman to do nothing for me. All of them other places are just the middleman. And the middleman is lowering your vibration. It's the same way they talk about the church. Same way they talk about anything. They said that the bishop is he's a middleman. Okay, the bishop, the pope, the cardinal, the imam, whoever these people are, the rabbi, they are interfering with your vibration. When you want to get in touch with the universe, you don't have to go to a building where these people are in place, because half of these people don't even know what the fuck they talking about. They're breaking it down on these YouTube streets about all the religions on earth and how all of those religions are basically fooling everyone. You've been bamboozled. You've been hoodwinked into believing in a God that lives outside of yourself. What about the God within? The God within. Even in the Nation of Islam, the Nation of Islam, the gods and earths. If you look at the mathematics, if you look at the alphabet that they got placed up there, you look at the word Allah, arm, leg, arm, head, 360 degrees. A spirit doesn't have arms. A spirit doesn't have legs. A spirit doesn't have a head. A spirit is just like wind. It's just like water vapor. That is what a spirit is. That's what it is. It's part of an element somewhere. And we are over all the elements on the planet Earth. But arm, leg, arm, head means God and physical body. And we're made in his image or her image. And if you really look at your Bible real quick, doesn't it say gods in certain areas of that Bible? Doesn't it say gods? He even calls the devil a god. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, but that's the way it is. They got you hoodwinked. They bamboozled you. They told you to pick up a Bible and call on the name of who? Sometimes I catch myself doing it as well. So I'm guilty as well, but it's a learned thing. You got to unlearn it. A shout out to the chat. Yeah. That Bible is full of stuff. Nimrod. We all know who Nimrod is. We all know all the other characters in the Bible. We know Noah. We know all of them. Moses. You know what I mean? In the Islamic text, they call them all the correct names. In Christianity, the names are being pronounced incorrectly. You call on the name of Jesus, you're really calling on the name of Zeus. And Zeus was what? The supreme head Greek god. That's who he was. It's different religions on the earth, but The best religion is to follow who you are, who you are. Because God don't live outside yourself. God lives inside of you. Arm, leg, arm, head, 360 degrees. Go outside real quick and listen to the wind blow the trees. It calls the name Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head, 360 degrees. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, but I just had to come in here real quick and say that. And that's what I've been thinking, to been saying on my channel. Now, over the weekend, we had some issues where somebody was trying to palm bomb your homegirl. And I said, oh my goodness. I'm coming to conclusion of who's behind all that. Who's behind all that. Certain names have come out into play because sometimes you got to go and do your YouTube history. You got to do your YouTube research and remember the palm bombers that was on YouTube at that time. Oh yeah, I haven't forgotten who they are. And I haven't forgotten the YouTube creators that mentioned their names. They mentioned their names. Shout out to the chat. And we know that some of them are no longer on YouTube, or they might be in the bushes somewhere. I don't give a fuck. I don't forget anything. I don't fucking forget. Then we had a YouTube creator not too long ago do a video concerning this, how to do it, when to do it, who to do it to. Remember Matthew, everyone? Remember him? Matthew is a palm bomber, and a few other YouTube creators. They go under troll accounts. But we know who you are. We know who you are, and we're gonna expose you. We're gonna expose you. When I go in certain chats and I see certain names that's in those chats, I already circle on your name because I already remember what we was all taught a year ago, 2 years ago, when all that shit was going down, all that shit was happening. We know who's doing it. Matthew is one. We got a few other clowns on this YouTube app, and I'm gonna start exposing you. I'm gonna start shouting your name out, the palm bombers. Yeah. And one of them always come and sit on one of my YouTube creators' chats. He always come and sit there and pretend he didn't do shit. Yeah. I'm gonna start calling your name out real quick. Don't worry. Over the weekend, I'm going to expose who I think it is. Matthew, we already know Matthew was a sick motherfucker. He pees in bottles. He lives in filth. He had a wife. The wife had trouble with him. I don't know how many children he had from that union he had with his wife, but I do remember him doing the video how to palm bomb people. And I do remember the other YouTube creators that were doing it at that time. And all of them were males. And all of them came from this sector. And shout out to the chat. This is, that's the way I'm going to start doing things. So the next time I go live on the weekend, I'm going to shout out those names that I got down as doing that dumb shit. See, a lot of you forget I keep a ledger. And then I do my YouTube research. Like if I'm not working, okay, like today I'm not going to be working anywhere. So I got all day to do my YouTube research. A shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Peace. Peace out. One.